What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So we just got a hotfix addressing recoil changes, Aya acquisition, kind of, and also some damage attenuation and other changes. So this is hotfix 40.0.3 for the Valis Undermine update. We'll be covering that right now. Before we get into it though, make sure so this channel, daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, all that kind of stuff. Great place for Warframe content. And yes, this video will expect you to know that the previous week they removed attenuation from lots of enemies, and also there's a lot of things that have been happening, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so as far as the patch notes, these just came out like moments ago, and also the background footage is an ETA boss fight against the Shattered one, whatever he's called. The attenuation is basically not even there anymore. We killed the boss in I think about like 50 or 60 seconds, so yeah, much faster than before. Alright, as far as the patch that we're on that just came out, here we go. So it's the Valis Undermine 40.0.3, and as far as some of the main changes they want to talk about, we got the first thing here, the screen shake and recoil changes. If you've been playing the current update, you might be very aware of the annoying little diamond that I've been trying to bring up to the devs for a while now, but yes, it looks like we're getting some changes to it right now. Let's see what we got. The Valis Undermine brought a change to our screen shake and recoil system with accessibility in mind. Toggling off screen shake removed weapon camera movement and added a new diamond to the reticle that represented weapon recoil. So like basically everything was one setting after the change. While many tend to benefit from certain aspects of this change, a large amount of feedback reflected something is its core to Warframe experience customization. Many players requested this ability to only apply certain elements of the setting to their gameplay, separate elements of it, and we are acting on that request with this hotfix. Due to the nature of the system, any adjustments require a change to the game's code, meaning we can only ship the following on PC. So sadly, this change is currently only on PC. It will, once we get it all worked out, it'll probably be on console as well. Consoles can look forward to the changes in the next CERT update, plus any additional tweaks that may come from feedback after this PC implementation. I'm assuming the next CERT update will be mid to late November for Gyre Prime access, but that's not been officially announced yet. Updated screen shake and recoil settings. So here's what they actually changed, okay? Screen shake and recoil are now separate accessibility toggle options. Toggles most screen shake effects with the exception of camera movement caused by recoil. This is what screen shake was defined as for the majority of Warframe's history. Recoil now has an additional accessibility setting with the following three options: camera bounce, reticle, the diamond basically, and reduce. No recoil representation, camera movement reduce. So you can just basically turn off recoil now. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at that in the sim here. I'm already in the sim. They also did change the modding screen too, so we'll take a look at that. So yeah, they made that setting into like 3 settings now. So to access that stuff, you go to the accessibility button right here, and we can probably just search recoil. Let's try to find it manually here. So interface, chat appearance. Where would it be at? Controller, probably not controller. I don't see it, so we're just going to go ahead and search it here. So they called it screen shake. Okay, so screen shake is turned off. Let's search recoil now. Recoil type. Okay, so here's your new setting right here. It's called recoil type. So I'm going to go ahead and put reduced on. Let's see what happens there. I'm actually going to whip out a high recoil weapon too. Do we have the Morga equipped? I got the Grappler. The Grappler's kind of high recoil. So this is what it is with the new settings. So there's no diamonds, there's no recoil. This thing usually has a decent amount of recoil, I feel like. But yeah, it looks like you can turn the diamond back on if you want to. So let's use the Icarius here. So as you see, my shots are flying upwards, but the crosshair is not moving. So if I was to turn on the setting with the diamond here, reticle, that's going to be the one that has the diamond. So you can put the diamond back on if you want, if you'd like the diamond. As you see, that's where my shots are actually going. If I use the Aphentis, I have less recoil. My shots are deviating less. So, there you go. Now that recoil feels a little bit more intense than before, to be honest. I don't remember my shots being that wildly off. But, yeah, basically you have options over that setting now. I'm going to go ahead and just put on the reduced mode. Just don't have to think about it very much because it's just not something I really want to be thinking about at all. So, yeah, good stuff there. I'd say probably put it on reduced, and camera is the default one. And now you can put on your screen shake and your settings completely separate. Very good change, DE. Thank you very much for listening to feedback and implementing it so quickly. Other changes and fixes: fix the recoil diamond not applying custom reticle HUD colors, reduce the screen shake from Latron and Karn on VFX. No-code Sproudlings now display the number of active projectiles in the HUD ability HUD. There you go. Alright, moving on to the bounty changes. Remember last week they made it where bounties are random after you complete them. That being said, I actually did brute force to check myself. Brute force still works perfectly fine. There's no defense objectives on that one, but they made defense objectives faster on open world bounties in this change. So let's go ahead and talk about it right now. With the Valis Undermines launch, we made it where bounties now have randomized objectives when selected. This was to increase gameplay variety for players who farmed same bounties over and over again. As a result, impacted players who are set on objectives to currently farm for rewards, like Aya. While we stand by our intention with these changes, the resulting conversations highlighted the sheer disparity in bounty stage length compared to the randomized objectives. After reviewing, we have shortened certain bounty objectives timers as follows. So they've made it where all like the long waiting around objective things are just faster. So for Plains of Eidolon resource theft, the timer was 2 minutes, now it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. And Liberation, reduced timer from 2 minutes 30 seconds to 1 minute 30 seconds. So if we ever get Plague Star back, you can shave 1 minute off of every single run. So that's cool. Next, Orb Valis, the rescue objective. Each pickup now reduced the timer by 30 seconds. It was 10 seconds. So the rescue objective should go a lot faster on Orb Valis bounties. And the Coil Drive hack has gone from 2.5 minutes to 1 minute 30 seconds. So just much faster on all the slow steps on those ones. And Cambion Drift, we've got Liberation. Rescue defense timer reduced from 2.5 minutes to 1 minute 30 seconds. Remember, Brute Force still works. My video's still up on it, and it still works great. And Excavation reduced the amount of excavators needed from 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1, 2, 2, 3. All required excavators are now deployed at the start of the bounty stage. So that might make the Endless Bounty actually pretty good on Deimos for whatever you're trying to farm. So interesting stuff there. Now, as you can see, they did not revert the whole, you could just have those really fast bounty steps every single time, dude. That is not happening anymore on the Plains. Technically, it can still happen on Deimos with Brute Force. But yeah, they are not reverting it fully. Maybe you guys shouldn't have been so mean to Pablo on Twitter. Next, we got the damage attenuation and EHP changes. Increase the MDPI, the maximum damage per instance, on Kuva Lich, Sister of Parvos, and Technocyte Coda, so that weapons like snipers are more effective against these foes. Remove the attenuation from the Skitter Girl. She has now 90% DR, and her base HP has been increased from 50 to 600. Greatly increase the maximum damage per instance for Eidolon fights. As stated in the Dev Workshop, our intention was to keep the fights close to the pre-iteration as possible. The time to kill was longer than it was before, so these changes will bring it back the Valis Undermine speeds, pre-Valis Undermine speeds. Wow, somebody actually did Eidolon fights to test it for Pablo. Good job. And also, this one is quite noticeable. Increase the Tekrot Babau's HP from 1,500 to 10,000, and increase the Templar Archimedia base health bonus from 1,000 to 9,000. Since attenuation was removed from these Babaus in update 40.0.2, kind of kill was slightly, or significantly reduced. You could basically one or two punch them as Atlas. It was really a kind of a joke. Now they should be a little bit more challenging and reflect their rare enemy stats. This was I was asking for this basically. If you were fighting one of these Babaus, they felt like they were just made out of tissue paper. They were really, really weak. So I think this was the right call to make them the almost mini boss status like they kind of are. They definitely aren't they're still going to die in 2 punches. Don't get me wrong. They're still going to die in 2 punches. But yeah. Attenuation at large in the game is basically gone, so if you fight enemies like the Book Monster, you can kill the Book in 15 seconds, so really, really fast. It's still very different. We're still kind of getting used to this. I think that the Babau buff was appropriate as they just didn't they feel like just normal enemies, and the Denizans feel like normal enemies too. Maybe buff the Denizans a little bit, but we did suffer through them for a while, so maybe not. Alright, moving on to the general changes. Shotgun Vendetta Arcane can now be equipped on the Corvus Prime and the Mandanel Arcwing gun. So remember, this weapon, or this Arcane requires you to get a kill within 15 meters, so have fun with that, but still a pretty powerful Arcane. And also, a Kimbo Slipshot Arcane can now be equipped on the Prisma Dual Decurions. That's good, because I was hoping those would be able to be equipped. I hadn't messed with them yet, but yeah. Prisma Dual Decurions gets ammo efficiency while aim gliding, I guess. But remember, aim gliding while with an Arcwing gun makes you fall faster, so it's not exactly full synergy. Next, mod upgrade screen and changes and fixes. Reduce the font size so that more stats can fit on the screen in the upgrade mods menus following player feedback. Restored mod and upgrade screen transparent backgrounds following... Okay, see, I have a problem with this, though. So, they say restored the mod and upgrade screen transparent background. If you actually check this out in-game, it is not very good looking. I click the upgrade button and look, my Mirage is standing there like some kind of just, I guess NPC, whatever. They used to stand right next to the mod screen and look at the mods with you, and now they just stand in the background with a transparent background. Can we have the looking at the mods thing back? I liked that. I liked that a lot. It doesn't do it for weapons either. You just click on the weapon, you see your frame in the background. We used to have it where like the frame was like looking at the mods with you. It was fun. It was part of the immersion. We have that removed now. I would like that back. If it's probably not going to ever come back, but I also want to say my 2 cents that I do kind of miss the old version of this. But if we look at what we have changed now, the text size is a little bit smaller. It feels a little bit less like a mobile game like it did yesterday. Again, that being said, I'm still going to nitpick this little thing. I wish my frame was right here looking at the mods with me. But yeah, here we are. That's going to be one of the changes in this section. Now, moving on to the next part. Players no longer hover over the stat bar to scroll through the stats in the mod upgrade. Who cares about that? Increase the Deep Mine bounty credit cash from 10K and 15K to 20K and 30K. Wow, that seems really properly balanced. Yeah, I'm going to go farm credits to these missions now. Now, this will be in the rank video probably tomorrow. Why are we getting credit caches in post-New War content in 2025? And why were they... I'm not going to... They're saying it's 10K credits. I got 5K credits from one of my bounties. I don't know about the numbers they're pulling from. It might have been at maximum 15K or 10K. I got 3K and 5K credit caches multiple times. And let's not even forget the part where the Arc Gun unlockers, the Arc Gun Arcane unlockers, didn't even drop until the 2nd or 3rd day of the update. Fixed clients being unable to pick up secret items and deep mine bounties. Fixed area defense timer not properly pausing when players leave the objective area of the deep mine bounties. Oh, that's lame. Fixed Nightcap's first time dialogue missing a line. Okay, not the biggest deal there. Here's one. Fixed Nightwatch Napalm Ogress augment not working. Now it works. As you can see, it was not nerfed on purpose. And some other stuff on here. Stink Brain not dealing damage to his client. Oberon's renewal being removed from squad members leave affinity range. Blah, 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 blah. So little things like that. Hold the breath. The modifier for ETA will no longer appear in the boss fight like it did Sunday. So yeah, some pretty good stuff on here. So now as far as the overall feeling of the update, guys, they are taking feedback for sure. I think that we went a little bit extreme on the whole damage attenuation remove from all enemies thing. And we're kind of like getting back to the middle ground after that. Additionally, the recoil changes thing, like this is some old footage thing in the background. Yeah, that shouldn't have really launched the way it did. It was, by the way, I was trying to warn them ahead of time, like I said. I said, players are not going to like this. I don't like this. It's a big jump to go from screen shake, like making the game not shake, to screen shake now gives you a diamond on your screen, and you get this and you get that. They did exactly what they needed. They made separate settings for it. And looks like they're all good options. Basic, you have recoil. The reticle one, you have the diamond. And the other one, like reduce, just there's nothing. Like, that's basically the one I want, where there's no diamond there. You just kind of like fire the gun, have a good time. So, hopefully this video was fun, helpful you guys. I'll see you on stream in a little bit here. And yeah, hopefully you are going to have a better time with the update after this change. There will probably be a rank video tomorrow talking about this update and how it's not the best update. We'll see. Like, I was hoping that DE made some changes like they did. But, yeah, still, it doesn't change the fact that we got these changes in the game in the first place. So, yeah, see you guys then. Take it easy. Bye.